Well, we are here in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania at the Sach's Covered Bridge. And oh my gosh, it's Goober the Traveling Bear. Well, Sach's Covered Bridge has a lot of history. The location where it's at now, it was moved from its other point up at the road, up there, heading over to Fairfield. So it also suffered some damage during one of the hurricanes and floods and was moved and rebuilt. Let's go take a look at the bridge itself, and we'll hit some of the history of the bridge. All right, here we go. Now, many years ago, this bridge had a huge following for paranormal investigators, ghost hunters, whatever you'd like to call them. At one point, this bridge decking was covered in graffiti and pentagrams, and there was a time there'd be several hundred ghost hunters here. I don't do much in the paranormal on my channel. However, we will hit one thing. I do not know or can anything on the truth of this, but I know one of the ghost stories is the Confederates hung a couple soldiers that were deserted from this bridge, and supposedly their ghosts still haunt the bridge. Now, you can leave comments if that's 100% false or true. It's just something I was told by a couple different paranormal investigators. So the Sach's Covered Bridge, built in 1852, reconstructed in 95, it looks like. And we do have some historical markers. And if you are in Gettysburg, it's well worth visiting. They have some picnic tables. There is fishing here. It's very nice. It's wheelchair accessible. And it's a very calm day here. We'll get another view. We'll go down to the historical markers next. All right, the historic Sachs Covered Bridge. 100-foot bridge built by the workers under David Stoner between 1852 and 1854, with its design being based on the trussel lattice support designs of Connecticut civil engineer Ethel Town. The bridge was closed to vehicular traffic in 1968. Now I'm going to hit the historical marker sign here and just pause for a moment. There is so much information. It'd take up 5 minutes of my video time just to read it. So the Sachs Bridge and the Battle of Gettysburg. I'll do the best. July 1st, 1863, the Sachs Bridge was crossed by the 1st Corps of the Union Army heading towards Gettysburg. The 3rd Corps crossed the bridge on their way to Black Horse Tavern. And after the Confederates' loss on July 3rd, General Lee called for his army to retreat back to Virginia. He had lost 28,000 of his 80,000 men, both low on ammunition and food and in enemy territory. All the wounded Confederate soldiers who were well enough to travel joined the wagon train retreating from Gettysburg. Those who could not be moved were left behind to be captured and cared for by the Union Army. The estimates of this train were 17 miles long. On July 4th, while the wagon train was still crossing the mountains of Cashtown, the remaining bulk of General Lee's army left the battlefield and crossed Sachs Covered Bridge and headed towards Fairfield, which is today Route 116. So, lots of information here on this historical sign, Sachs Covered Bridge. And all right, well, as you can see, it's a very peaceful, tranquil place. The great bass fishing, I was told. Some of the Gettysburg movie, by the way, was filmed up that road. So, Goober the Traveling Bear says if you're in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, you need to stop and visit Sach's Covered Bridge. All right, I think that's about it for our Sach's Covered Bridge video. I am sure there are tons of videos of the Sach's Covered Bridge on YouTube, but I had to do my own with Goober the Traveling Bear. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe, be kind, be courteous, subscribe to my channel, help me grow it. And you know, I hit military history and also the board and miniature wargaming world. Thank you again.